Welcome to Grit with Wisdom. This is the podcast that delves deep into the inner psyche of mountain bikers from all aspects of our sport in order to discover the tools and the tactics that can help us have more fun out on the trails more often. Our aim here is to help you understand what it takes to push our own personal boundaries in the sport we love from a mental and emotional perspective. Hello everyone, I'm Jake Johnson from the Grit with Wisdom podcast, and we're here today filming the second ever Voice of the People episode. Our goal here today is to get a broad perspective of people's mindsets related to mountain bike racing here on the gnarly trails in Squamish. Let's go talk to some people. Fantastic. So question number one, how did you prepare for today's race?
Okay, so yesterday, there's been a lot of climbing with the boys this past couple months, so that was essential in cardio, I think, for the day. But just day before, lots of stretching, hydration, big carbo load last night.
Today's race is part of my preparation, but for this specific race, I practiced everything on Friday and just mentally trying to picture myself staying calm on the really technical aspects of the race.
I drank some coffee, I pooped 3 times, and then I rode my bike here from my house.
I didn't drink beer this week, and I tried to have a smile on my face all week.
We went pre-riding on Friday and then a little ride on Sunday. We kind of have the whole pre-ride for racing in the bag. We've been doing it a while, so just kind of routine now. But just a couple days and then get in the right headspace to go out and push it.
I pre-rode a couple of the stages over the last week or so.
Prepared? Well, I taped a lot of peanut butter to my bike.
I had some oatmeal and chocolate milk.
I was aiming not to crash. So I had a big crash leading up to this, and so I injured my hand, and so it was pretty much conservative up until like today. So now I'll leave it out there.
By doing a couple other races beforehand, I drank beer and went biking.
I've just been preparing my whole life for this one, I think. It wasn't so much something I prepared for this week, but rather throughout the off season. And I would say this, because it's a home race, I've actually probably prepared for this race the least, because it's so hard to get in the mental, just the same mental zone that you're into when you go overseas or something to race. It's like I'm at home, I'm sitting on my couch watching TV the night before. I'm like, I should be prepping, but it is what it is. That's just how it is on a home race.
I didn't get a ton of time to prepare because I did something to my thumb. So this week I decided to pick training and mental health over physical health, and did a lot of riding the course at pick apart, 70% speed, and then a lot of watching lines on YouTube, but then picking those apart as well.
I ate a bunch of pierogies. I distracted myself a lot with work, so I didn't have to think about it.
I just get everything set the way that I like it, so I make sure my bike's ready. I like to have my bike be clean and ready to go.
Basically took the week off and just slowed down. I tried to have some mindful moments, just thinking about the race and visualizing myself in it and doing well.
I got hard down.
I'm actually dealing with a lack of preparation, so a bit off the couch for me, but I used to race a lot more, so I kind of have a bit of a background of what to do to be in the right headspace for it. So I'm just not putting too much pressure on myself and just focusing on riding within my abilities and having fun with my friends today.
I pre-rode and I've done a lot of practice and skills with my team. So
I made sure all my stuff was ready last night so that when I woke up, once again, just like Jules said, I didn't have to stress.
Made sure I did my bike check last night and got all of my food ready and just made sure I got a good sleep.
Just riding my bike 5 times a week.
Made sure my bike was good, carb load last night, went for a ride, and that's about it, really.
I came and rode the course on Monday and just been doing a lot of early season.
I rode I rode boat stage a couple of times.
Food, honestly. Yeah. For me, it's all about food.
Well, we've been training all the winter, loads of gym for sure, focus on the resistance on the arm pumps, especially for the long stages, a
little bit of mountain biking, a little bit of road riding, some gravel riding, just kind of trying to ride a little bit.
You get a long day out there today. How are you going to ensure that you stay focused?
Don't do it at 10/10.
Yeah. Yes.
It's going to be a really long day, and there's going to be lots of adrenaline, but the course being so technical requires slowing down and accelerating. So I think that really being in the moment and being focused on what you're doing, like the task at hand and nothing else, will be the key.
It's all about kind of like, for me, having everything organized and set up so you don't really have to think about much. So the less you can think, the more you can think on the race and get ready to go.
Usually I try to just get into like a flow state.
Oh, I probably won't really focus, I'll just, it gets kind of shaky, and I think I'll just run with it.
I think just like keeping positive, like it's a long day, and I feel like the most important thing is just keeping the rubber side down, and I think slow is fast and smooth. So I feel like always doing it with your friends helps you keep you focused, and knowing that you're not in it alone. But
I just think of it as a fun race.
I guess like mental preparation, I use breath work quite a lot.
Candy. You have to like be able to like get into the zone and then like get out of the zone kind of thing, if that makes sense. Like I usually just take a few seconds before I drop in and like gather myself. And then once you finish the stage, you can't like stay in that zone because that's going to be exhausting through a 5-6 hour day. You have to like just like leave it behind, like chat with your friends, laugh, just get to the next one and then gather yourself again. Like I don't think staying in the zone all day on a race like this isn't real.
It's actually tough when I'm shooting because I have two things I'm focused on. I'm focused on like shooting, making sure I get the shots, but then I also have to make sure I remember that I'm still riding.
Yeah, it's I think just adjusting the mindset. This is my first Enduro, so it's kind of, the mindset has been no crashes and just finish.
Probably just following my friends down the trails that are faster than me. Try to keep up.
Actually, I think it's the people that are going to be around. I think that makes such a difference. When you stop at the top of a stage and you get to chat to someone for a minute and just, I don't know, like a bit of humanity probably will just help to make sure that I remind myself that it's just a fun event.
I honestly think just like not thinking about it too much is gonna help me the most. Just kind of staying like present and not like getting in my head and getting like nervous or anything.
I guess I'm just gonna look at the lines as they come.
Have a lot of food, so I'm just not gonna hyper focus on certain stages or features. I'm just gonna go and ride.
Between stages, I just try and have fun and just keep a clear mindset and just not stress on what's coming up or what just happened.
Maybe sing a song or something.
Ride my friends, watch them drop in, stay motivated by their impeccable speed, and try and catch all of them when I drop in behind them.
Ride normally, like under your skills, or keep your level, like not do something crazy because it's very easy to crash in some races.
Enjoy myself and make sure I stay hydrated, have the snacks I need, and have a good time.
I think my main focus is just having fun and just relaxing on the bike.
I'm really going to keep it stage by stage, I think, and try to stay on the bike, really.
Honestly, I just kind of just ride. Like I just kind of ignore everything else and just try and ride my bike.
Maybe try to walk a bit more, some of the steeper sections.
Well, just trying to always remember every stage what's ahead. Like remember what we saw on the practice day.
Just try to hydrate and be relaxed. It's a pretty gnarly course, so try to breathe and just keep it rubber side down.
When I say the term mental toughness, what does that mean for you?
I think mental toughness means pushing through, but also knowing your limits. I think if you're pushing to the point where you're not having fun anymore and it's actually becoming too much of a slog, I think it's okay to take a step back, but kind of knowing how far you can push and still be challenging yourself.
Being knocked down and then coming back from stuff mountain biking, you have a lot of injuries, and so you got to push through and then also be able to take the time and step away from things.
I think just like pushing through challenges. If you crash, like get up, keep going.
Mental toughness. That's a good question. I think like just managing nerves. And actually, do you know what it is actually, I think? That little voice in your head, that they're the worst enemy, aren't they? They're the ones that put you down the most. Yeah. You wouldn't say those things out loud to anybody else, but yet you say it to yourself. And for me, mental toughness is to shush that voice.
I'm gonna say it means mental grit, the ability to keep going.
For me, mental toughness means like perseverance is for one, but also like open-mindedness as well. which doesn't sound super tough, but for me, like being able to like open up to new approaches and trying new things has been super beneficial in at least my preparation.
I think it means that you're allowed to crack, but you keep going. Like, I don't think anyone just powers through things. We all have golden legs sometimes, but yeah, I think allowing yourself to be vulnerable, crack, but then keep going and keep showing up.
Having grit and pushing through the pain and stuff.
Being resilient, so if you fall, you just let it go and keep riding.
Term mental toughness. I guess just like being resilient when like maybe something doesn't quite go your way and like be able to recover from that.
And last question here for you. What percentage of mountain biking is mental?
On this track, quite high.
Totally.
Probably 70-80%.
I think mental is everything.
Oh, for me personally, I feel like it's 90%, honestly. Like it's, I think headspace has always been something that I need to work on and keep myself like actively focused on, because I think like physically I put in the like time and effort, but mentally is like the thing that shifts for me the most day to day. But yeah, keeping positive, and I'd say 90%. So it's all in the head.
I'm going to say 70.
75 to 80. Like, a lot of it's a head game.
69%.
Like there's so many other aspects to mountain biking, physicality and technicality and all that, but like you can probably get away with not having like those dialed very well if your mental aspect is like really good. Like, confidence is everything at these races. If you decide that you're going somewhere at a certain speed and you're not going to slide on the routes, like, it's probably likely that you're not going to slide on the route. So yeah, confidence is really key. But I don't know. It's all of it put together.
60 to 70.
Ooh, I think it's like 80, if not more. I think a lot of folks don't realize how much they can do. It's just pushing past that discomfort. But again, finding that balance and that tipping point.
Like 75%.
Yeah. Oh, I would honestly say it's probably 80 mental, 20 physical.
In pro women,
Yeah.
80%, I think.
I would honestly almost say it's 50.
50-50?
Yeah, I think if your mindset's not there, you're going to have not a great race.
Totally.
Oh, 50-50.
Honestly, I'd say probably 70 to 80%. The bike can do just about anything. It's all about whether you believe you can do it with the bike.
About 70%.
Oh, I'd say probably about 80% to be fair.
I mean, a lot of it, for sure.
It's probably like a good 30-40.
It's 100% mental. If you're not focused or like you're hungry, you're thinking about something else, you're going out in the sticks.
If your fitness is good, probably 75 to 90% depending on the day.
About 69%.
69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around there.
Very precise. I like it.
Yeah, 69 point, yeah.
If you had to choose between your post-ride meal and your post-ride beer today, what would you choose?
The beer.
The boys know I like kombucha, not beer, so I'm gonna take the burger at the end of the day.
Post-race beer.
Today I'm choosing the post-race beer. Like, I'm just looking to get through this and be happy on the other side, so beer.
Yeah, for sure.
Beer, 100%, always beer.
I can't do both together, so I think I'd start with the beer.
Yeah, fantastic. Me too. That's great.
Oh. I don't think I can answer.
That's easy. The beer.
Post-ride beer.
Definitely the beer.
I'd go for the beer, yeah.
What's up, guys? Just one more thing before you hit the trails. If you enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to subscribe and don't be a stranger. I'd love to hear from you about any topics or any particular episodes that you enjoyed, and even about any guests that you'd like to hear me have on the show in the future. You can find me on Instagram at _mind_mountain. This podcast, mountain biking, and mindset are all things that are very close to my heart, so I feel super grateful to be able to share these conversations with you. So much love to you all for taking the time to listen. I'll see you next time.